Welcome to the continuation of indices and under the laws of indices and the application. So today we are going to be looking at power of power. And I would like you to like and subscribe also again. And it's important that you go back and watch the previous video to help you to continue on this part. So when we mean power of power, what we're talking about is that something that has power and there's another power on it. So all you need to do when you have the power of power, you are just multiplying the powers together. For example, 2 raised to the power 2, that will be in the bracket, and another 2, you are just multiplying the powers out just like this. You know that particular thing. Yeah. So you just multiply the power. You just believe, you just follow it. Another one rule we are looking at is Plodot's law of the exponent. Yeah, I want you to know the difference between this one. The last one that we did is that one variable has a power and there's another power outside. That power will affect um, the only the power there. But in this case, we have two components we are dealing with that have the power. Both of them will share the power. We will not give one the power like 5x. 5 will have the power, and the x will also have the power, just like what we have here using example that we have here. So number 6 law that we're going to be looking at, the quotient law of the exponent. Okay, the quotient law of the exponent. Quotient, that means we're talking about a fraction. So when the fraction has a combined power, both of them is taking the power, not one we take the power, just like what we see here. Both of them will take the power, not just the one that will be there. So let's look at these examples very quickly. Um, I would like you to pause the video and try solving it on your own, or you just follow me to the way we solve it. According to what we do, since all you need to do is going to be 2 times 5, it's going to be 3 raised to the power 10. And in this case, it's going to be 3 times 4, and it will be a raised to the power 12. In this case, now remember, the 3 will not just affect the a, it will also affect 2. So 2 raised to the power 3 will give us 8, and 2 times 3 will give us 6. So we have 8 a raised to the power 6. So every one of them. So in the same case here too, the 2 will affect everything inside the bracket. So which will give you now, in this case now, since 2 is having power, you're only going to deal with the powers, multiply the powers, and you get your answer out, just like what we have done here. Remember, the 2 will affect everything here. In this case, so negative 3 square will now give you 9. And the other part of it, you can just simplify it and get what you are looking for. Okay, the same case with now number 6, and you'll be able to solve this particular one. Remember what I told you about this quotient. This one is quotient. When you hear quotient, they're actually talking about fraction. So the 5 will affect both of them, not just the one of the same thing here. Now, I want you to understand about the law of indices. It doesn't after you don't just you have there are some questions that you have to make use of all the laws. As a matter of fact, you are meant to make use of all the laws most of the time, particular questions, especially the questions that are complex. And so you need to have know the rules, what to do, and what not to do. The beauty things about mathematics is that once you know what to do, then you must make sure you also know what not to do so that you will not make beautiful mistakes. There are some questions that people will solve. At the end of the day, question they will fill their paper but they have not beautiful like that. Okay? So don't be like this one. So the same thing applies to this. Pause the video, try solving it on your own, then attempt it. Remember, you follow the rules and you'll be able to get. They are very easy to do. So another law we are going to be talking about is negative law exponent. That means when the power is having a negative. So whenever the power is having a negative, it means 1 over that particular thing. It means that this is the inverse. We're talking about the inverse of this. I'm not talking about this. I'm inverse of it. So it's going to be 1. So this 5 raised to the power 3 is going to be 1 over 5 raised to the power 3, which is 1, 2, 5. So, but In a reverse case, where you now have 1 over 3 raised to power minus 2, so you are trying to say the reverse of it is going to give you 9. So you have to pay attention to be able to understand when you're moving forward. I have a negative exponent. I split the base to its reciprocal with a positive exponent. If the base with the negative exponent is in the denominator, it moves to the numerator to use the negative sign. Now, the next law that we're going to be looking at is zero law of the exponent. That means anything less to power zero. I love this particular law. It's my favorite. I don't waste my time with it. So whenever I see anything less to power zero is one. 1 billion raised to power zero is one. Whatever raised to power zero is always going to be one. Okay? So it doesn't matter about it. It's just like somebody giving you a check and there's no money in the account. You don't waste your time because you're definitely not going to get it from the bank. So that particular number one is 0 to 1 because we already know what that particular thing means. Solution to that one, like I said. So when you have something like this, um they are the same base. So you can decide to do it this way, the way they have done it, and yeah, and you're able to get to what you are looking for. But it can also be uh, because we know that 2 plus minus 4 will give you minus 2, and that is why your answer is 1 over y squared because of the negative that is there. The same thing happens when you open the bracket with the a raised to power minus 5. And because of that minus 5 that is there, it will affect the way your answer will be. So if we just apply it as you stating there, get very simple. And so looking at this particular one now, because of the negative that is there, it's going to be reverse of it. So it's going to be reverse of it. If your answer in the bracket is over s, because that sign there I told you is reverse, your answer will not be x over 4. So reverse of 1 over 2 is 2. Reverse of 2 over 3 is 3 over 2, and so on. The same thing happens here. You solve what is inside the bracket, then you find the inverse of it. That is what that actually entails. Okay, I think we will stop here. In the next video, we are going to be doing a little bit of more compressed solving of the questions. Okay, thank you. Make sure you watch the other